Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm gonna grab Second Peter 2:1. Didn't even hear from him already this time.
I didn't hear from him last week either. All good, sir. Calling up for
The light is on.
Yeah, no.
Second Peter 6 and 26. Okay. I mean, okay. Second Peter 2:1. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
The Hebrew Israelites back again to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, America, aka Babylon, aka Sodom and Egypt. Right now, we know how close we are to the beginning of the end because of the many false prophets and teachers that have been begun to manifest themselves throughout this place. And we're just going to speak on that a little bit and, pray that you guys are edified and that you find the truth in this gospel that's being brought out. So, as always, before we begin, we want to turn to the east and bring in all praises to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
and double honors to our apostles and elders and bishops, men of great millstone. Peace and salutations to the 144,000, the hopeful elect, and the men, women, and children scattered throughout the four corners of the earth of the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
So, just like I said, it's the rise of many false prophets in the earth today, and this is the indicator of just how close to the end of this age that we are. So, you want to grab me Matthew 24, start at verse 3.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 3. And it says, And he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall all these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world?
So right there, you know what I mean? Hey, the apostles, were asking Yahweh, hey, what's going to be the end? What's going to happen? What are the things that'll be happening in the end? You know, and Yahweh Shai, as always, he elaborated his words to the disciples. You know, he let them know because, you know, as he stated in the past, it wasn't for everyone else to know. You know, it was for them to know the mysteries of the kingdom, and it's chosen elect of the elect. You know, it's amazing. This gospel was only for an elect of the elect, and yet the whole world believes that, you know, the gospel is meant for everyone now, and you know they get that again from false teachers. So, you know, hey, but again, it says what shall be the end time. So jump to 11.
Yeah, let me get the next two verses, then I'll jump to 11. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
And who deceives? False prophets, false teachers, men that weren't set up, men that run that weren't called. These are false teachers, men whose only desire is to gain some kind of income off of your backs, you know, off of teaching you things that he ought not teach you.
Verse 5, it says, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many.
And, you know, again, these scriptures speak volumes in this time because that is already happening and it's happening now as we speak. You know, these scriptures, as the apostles say, they are literally coming off the page now. You know, many have come in that name. They've not only, and they've changed his name, they've changed his image. So they've brought you a whole new version of the Messiah. And the whole world follows blindly after this with no thought on seeking for the truth. Because as always, with that world that's mentioned of in John 3:16, they've always had a problem with getting the truth, with hearing the truth, with desiring the truth. They've always desired to be told lies, to be told smooth things. So in this day and age, they're literally getting that which they desire. Only the elect are seeking deeper to get the true understanding, to get the true meaning, searching for the actual name, searching for the truth that's been hidden for so long. You know?
Right. Let me. No, I'll look at some real quick, but lock it.
You know? So hey, we're in a time now where, you know, hey, the deceived are together with the deceiver, because as the you want to grab that for me, both the deceived and the deceiver are his. You know, because as we've learned, you know, if you're being taught a false doctrine and you're getting that doctrine and you're taking it in and you're running with it and pushing it out to others, guess what? Your deception is not your own. The Most High set that in motion. He sent the person to deceive you, and he sent you to them to be deceived. You know, all of it was already preordained, already set in motion from the beginning of time.
I just wanted to get this point because it said that many should come in my name, meaning they're going to come in the authority. Okay, they say Jesus. Okay, that's what the Christians say. Okay, and even those that are calling upon proper name, they're still bringing deception. Okay, those of the circumcision, those that know they're Israel, they're still deceiving the people by giving them falsehoods. Okay, a wayward doctrine. But this is the biggest deceivers are those of the circumcision, man. So right here, I wanted to get this point because they're going to come saying, "Is not the Lord with us?" So this is the book of Micah, chapter 3, and verse 11. It says, "The heads thereof judge for reward, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money. Yet will they lean upon the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and say, Is not the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai among us? None evil can come upon us." They actually believe, okay, because you know, in their own minds that the Lord is actually with them, but He's not.
And that deception that causes them to believe that is actually brought to them again by the Heavenly Father.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
You know, and here we have it right there.
This is Joel chapter 12, verse 16. With him, it's like it, yeah. With him is strengthened in wisdom.
So with the Most High is strength. Our strength is feeble to his his so-called, what you would say, weakness is much more than our strength. You know, but with him is strength. When there's things, when there's adversities that come upon you, it's to him that you go to bring you through those adversities. He's actually the one that's bringing them through whatever means he's chosen to bring that adversity to you. And it's also he who you must call on, you know, and wisdom. You know, we studied earlier, you know, let any man ask, and he'll give it to him liberally. You know, but you can't be a double-minded man. If you're going to ask, you got to believe that he will. But wisdom, understanding, it all comes from him. As well as,
The deceived and the deceiver are his.
so, hey, deception, it's also brought to you by him. And if you're being deceived, it's literally you are following the lust of your own heart.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 14, verse 9. And it says, and if the prophet be deceived, when he has spoken a thing, I, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, have deceived that prophet.
So again, it goes right back to what we just had in Job, right? Yeah. You know, hey, the Most High is the one that's bringing these deceptions. The Most High is the one that has Esau in the trick bag. That makes him think that he's actually winning. That makes him think that what he's doing is of his own fruition. You know, that whole you have free will. That's a trick bag. You know what I mean? People running around thinking they doing what they want to do. No, you're not. You are putting yourself in a position. The Most High has put you in a position just so he can condemn you. You know what I mean? And bring punishment to bear on you. That's why you do what you do. Because you haven't been taught that the fear of the Most High is where it begins at. It's literally the beginning and ending. You know, hey, the fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom. And what's the conclusion? Fear the Most High. It's the beginning and the end. But you people do not fear him. You know, and you don't love him either. But that's another lesson. You know?
And that's heavy. So I, the Lord, have deceived that prophet. So what comes along with that deception? And they have a false belief that they're right.
Yeah.
And they're wrong, man.
Yeah.
They're
They'll
wrong.
argue to the ground.
They're wrong.
Yeah.
It says again, it says, and if the prophet be deceived, when he has spoken a thing, I, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, have deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand upon him and will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel. And they shall bear the punishment of their iniquity. The punishment of the prophet shall be even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him.
So the thing is, if you understood that, if you follow after the lead of that false prophet, he's going to get destroyed. And guess what? You're going to get destroyed right along with him. You know what I mean? Because you opted to follow that. Because that was what was on the lust of your heart. So when you heard it, oh, you can do what you want. Oh, shit, now I can go and transgress against the laws that were set up. You know what I mean? So, you know, and that transgression of the law is that, which there you just got destroyed, right along with the one that brought you the liberty, so to speak, to transgress the Most High's law.
Right. Let me get that in NLT. It's a little bit clearer. Ezekiel 14:9 in NLT says, and if a prophet is deceived into giving a message, it is because I, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, have deceived that prophet. I will lift up my fist against such prophets and cut them off. And from the community of Israel. It says false prophets and those who seek their guidance will be all punished for their sins. See, so hey, those that are following along, okay, the false teaching, the the false doctrines, and you're going to get that same punishment as those that are teaching it, man. You see? It's because the Lord put them in that trick bag, man. Ultimately, it's because the Lord doesn't want you on his side. He's only seeking for an elect. You see? A remnant. A very small number. I'm going to go back to 11 now.
Actually, can you grab me? But I want you to grab First
Okay.
Kings,
First Kings
22 and verse 21.
It's the book of First Kings, chapter 22 and verse 21. And it reads, and it started at 19.
Yeah.
I'm starting at 19. First Kings 22 and 19. And he said, Hear thou therefore the word of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. I saw the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left.
That's, hey, it's good and evil. He controls both. He is the power of balance. And you've been taught another one of those lies. He's all one thing. He's all love. And the level of stupidity that you have to take in to actually believe that when he tells you he's angry, jealous, if you worshiping another God, he's jealous. But the thing is, you have several emotions that he gave you, but he only has one. How could a power with only one emotion give you multiple emotions? It doesn't make sense unless he has those emotions. He gets angry. He loves. He hates. Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. He has plenty of emotions. All the emotions you have, he has. But yet you've been deceived by those prophets that are no prophets, that he's just love. And we see where that's gotten you. Because, you people don't even really know what love is.
Right, and that explains that. We're not going to forget it, but Romans the 13th chapter tells you what love is, man. You're not going to do no harm to your neighbor, man. If you love him, you're not going to commit adultery against him. You're not going to steal on him, okay?
You want to grab that real quick? So
You know what it's at?
you brought it out.
Yeah, it's Romans 13 and I want to say 10 maybe. But let me finish this. Okay, I'll read verse 19 again. It says, And he said, Hear thou therefore the word of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. I saw the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left. And the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai said, Who will pursue Ahab, that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said on this matter, and another said on that matter.
So the Most High was literally having a council in the heavens, And essentially, he wanted to know what was going to happen. He wanted to know who was going to make his will manifest itself within a particular man on the earth. How was he going to be brought into what the Most High wanted him to deal with? And, so the council was being held. And there were angels coming up, spirits. Hey, I'll do it this way. I'll do it that way. I'll do it this way.
Right.
And then what happens?
Right. Well, if I might say, brother, shalom, brother. Hey, and if I may add, you got some swords, some Bibles that say that spirit that came up with Satan, right? They came saying, I will deceive him. Okay.
Contrary to what you Christians have been taught by your false teachers, he's not been kicked out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
When the Most High calls his sons, guess who's among them? And Satan came among them.
Right. Right. Verse 21, and there came forth the spirit. This is that spirit, okay, which again, some swords, they'll say, hey, that was the spirit of demon Satan. And stood before the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai said unto him, wherewith? So he said, how are you going to do it?
Yeah.
You got it, it's like it said, And the Lord said, Yahweh Hashem Yoshai unto him, wherewith?
Tell me more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And he said,
Intrigue me, my son.
yeah. And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lion spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so.
Hey, you know, hey, Salakia. So, hey, Bubba can stop.
I'll read it again. I'll start at verse 21 again.
Come on.
And there came forth the spirit and stood before the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yoshai, and said, I will persuade him.
You know, hey, and the Most High was pleased with that option.
Yeah. I'll do it, Lord.
Yeah, you know.
All right.
I like where you're going with that.
And the Lord
Make it so. You know.
And the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yoshai said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets.
Tell me more. You know, how you gonna make this happen? What are you gonna do? Tell me how you're gonna make it happen. You know?
And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also, go forth and do so.
So hey, right there, he said, you know what? Yup, that's what I want you to do, and it's gonna work. You know, and well, you know the rest of that story. Yeah.
He said that therefore that's what it would be. Wait, how I said?
It said, and the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yoshai said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also.
Thou shalt persuade him.
Yeah.
So yeah, let it be done. You know, right. the Lord spake. What the Lord goes out when
Make
come
it
back
so.
void. There you go, and therefore that's it.
Yep.
It's sealed, and they're never going to change from that.
He said, go forth and do so.
So go for hey, that's it.
It says, now therefore, behold, the Lord, I got excited. The Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yoshai, had put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yoshai, has spoken evil concerning thee.
Yeah. Hey, when he does it, you can bet your bottom dollar, like they used to say, man, hey.
If I could add, did you understand that? Even though the spirit, which it says it was Satan, even if it was another lying, even if it was another evil spirit, the Lord said, I did it.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah.
Man.
His counsel shall stand.
Yeah.
He had that, because the counsel was his. He called them together.
Yeah.
How are you gonna, this is what I want, how are you gonna make it happen?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, that's what you call, in this world, brainstorming. You know what I mean? He had a brainstorming session. But he already knew how it was going to play out. He just was, okay, yep, that's the way I'm going to have what I want to happen.
Yeah, because if you really understand, the Lord had that spirit come up and say it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
All the way from the end to the beginning. You know what I mean? You want to go back to that?
Yeah.
Matthew?
This is Matthew. I'm going to jump down to verse 11. It says that many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many.
So that's how we know that this is the last day. Because what we read in the beginning of that, in the last days. So what do we see now more than ever in these last days? Does everybody and their mama out here trying to go against what the men of the Lord that the Lord has set up to teach everybody. This isn't that. That's not that. They're wrong for bringing that up.
Can I add something to that? The Lord did that. This is Job chapter 2, verse 1. Again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, and Satan came among them to present himself before Yahweh.
See, and I always ask Christians, is this before or after the war in heaven where he got kicked out and took 2/3 of the angels with him and he had a fight with the Lord? You know? You people don't make any sense, man. That war in heaven hasn't happened yet. Satan is doing exactly what he was created
well, it's
to
never
do.
going to happen because the Lord. Hey, how can? Because they'll say he's they'll say he's omnipotent. They'll understand that.
Yeah.
But omnipotent means you control absolutely everything. So there's no way that he he can allow Satan or any being to do their own thing.
Yeah, well,
You
we
really
understand.
don't-
Yeah.
there's no free will.
Yeah, we understand though that war in heaven is you Edomites. When the Most High comes back and he takes you out of your rulership position. So the war in heaven, it's just going to be it's going to be more like a skirmish, you know, than any kind of war. It's really going to be more like an annihilation. You're going to get out there, you're going to be flying with your jets at maximum torque, and then you're just going to get wiped out of the heavens, man. You're going to get brought down to earth. I saw Satan fall as lightning. You know what I mean? That's how you going down, like lightning. If you've ever seen lightning when it streaks across the heavens, it's instantaneous. You know? And that's how you devils is going down.
Yeah, but also it's going into what they were saying is it's all the Lord. He told them to present themselves before the Lord. That's all that was. It was a council. So when I tell you to come, and then the council, I told you to come present yourself to me, and I want you to tell me about how we're gonna do these lies, or how we're gonna get them. Let everybody say how we're gonna do these things. You know what I'm saying? It says in verse 2, it says, Yahweh said unto Satan, from whence come thus? And Satan answered Yahweh and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. So he asked him what he was doing, and he told him it wasn't like, you know, if you were an enemy with somebody and you said, hey, what was you doing? He's your enemy, man. He's not gonna be like, hey, it's none of your goddamn business or whatever. Right?
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
And if he wasn't the all-powerful, all-knowing, all omnipotent, like you said, that you say that he is, there's no way Satan answers him. Satan said he would say, do what the hell I want to do. Right? But he didn't say that. He told him what he was doing, which was beat. When you go into that the thing when they go into Jacob's ladder, when Jacob had the dream, right? If somebody would get that, but if not, you whatever. But just to speak on it, you know, Jacob's ladder. That's basically what he's saying.
We went through a little bit last night. It's another topic, but I mean, Jacob's ladder, spirits.
Yeah, well, that's what he was saying. That's Satan. He said I'm going up and down in it.
Right.
He's talking about basically talking about Jacob's ladder.
Right. Basically, pretty much how the Lord, Yahweh Shai said the Spirit, what the scripture says, it says, and he saw the Lord sitting at the right hand of the Father, okay, and angels going ascending up and down. Up and down. So,
And then Yahweh Shai being on the right, being making intercessor. He's praying about this, praying for that, or he's saying, look, Lord, this dude is wicked, judge him.
Yeah.
So all these things are actually happening. Right?
Second Peter 2:1. Oh, yeah, that Romans.
Yeah, you already read that?
No, he hasn't read the Romans.
Okay, go ahead, read that out. Then go back to that second page.
This is Romans chapter 13 and verse 8. Oh, no man anything but to love one another, for he hath loved another, hath fulfilled the law. Verse,
And that's, you know, and that's what we were getting into earlier, just touching on that. You know, what is love? You know, love is keeping of the law. That's why we said, you know, hey, these people don't even do that. You know, their deception runs even deeper than you know, because they tell you to love, but they don't love either. It's another deceit that they, you know what I mean, came up with.
Which the Lord said these two things hold the whole law, which is love thy Lord thy God with all thy heart, all thy mind, all thy soul, and love thy neighbor. So ultimately, a lot of you don't even do that.
No.
So you say that in Christianity, well, the law is done away with, and the Lord came up with his own law, which really what he wasn't. But you will not do what you're supposed to do unto your neighbor as you would do unto yourself, right? Right? That's why when I love when I first came into the truth and the brothers was bringing out against these Edomites that have come around from the camp, and it says love shows no ill towards his neighbor. So if everybody's so-called a Christian, everybody's your neighbor, well, what neighbor did you have so not near to you? Especially when you deal with the southern states. Back in the day, you didn't have Mexicans. You have Mexicans there now, down in the South, but back then you only had so-called black people and so-called white people down there. So what was you doing to your neighbor? You were murdering them, hanging them, raping the children, doing all sorts of things and getting away with it, man.
Lynching. Yeah.
Lynching them, getting away with it. So now all of a sudden you're supposed to get the kingdom of heaven, man.
Said shit, not just getting away with it, but it was lawful. You know what I mean?
Right?
You go to court and
You can't.
they don't
It was
even
against
slap
the
you on
law.
the wrist, right?
It was
Yeah.
against the law for a so-called black person or so-called
Testify
Native
against you.
Native American to testify against a so-called white person,
Right,
right?
yeah. So it's just like dismissed. You know, if it made it that far. Because
Right.
if anybody had a problem with what you did,
They'll put you in jail. They'll go there and lynch you
kill them as well.
before the court even happens.
This
And now
devil
it's
is
done. It's done
treacherous.
away with. Now there's no. Now there's no one crying or whatever. Or there's no accuser. So hey, and everything they were trying to do like the Lord did to the horse woman. Where's your accuser? They went to go and grab him, hang him. Well, where's my accusers? Oh, there's no one here to accuse me. Okay, well then, I guess I'll just walk away.
Am I my brother's keeper? You know?
Right.
But, yeah, you know, but hey.
Oh yeah, it's Esau. Yeah, Esau. Go back to Canaan. Yeah, am I my brother's keeper? Was I supposed to keep tabs on him? Or where is he at? You know, he's up there running like he didn't know where he was at.
He's always justified his wickedness, you know, and our people follow suit, you know. But is there more on that?
Romans chapter 13, verse 9. For this thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, thou shalt not covet, and if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying,
That's crazy.
namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
And who is your neighbor? You know, your neighbor is your brother. Your neighbor is your fellow Israelite, your kinsman, according to the flesh. That's your neighbor. Because when this was written, that's who was amongst you, you know? And that's who it's still referring to. It's not referring to, because that's why Esau has made these so-called neighborhoods where you think that, you know, all of these other nationalities, gentrified neighborhoods. You think all of these other people are your neighbors, and they're not. You know, they
Esau
still despise you.
And Esau understood that too, because remember they were thinking that they were the Israelites going back to Europe, right? Because we were Europe for 1,000 years, and then stewards and all the different names go back to Israelite, and it's because that's why they were happy to call themselves was it? Because it means angelic sons of Isaac. They were calling themselves Anglo-Saxons.
Anglo-Saxon, there you go.
Right? Angelic sons of Isaac calling themselves Anglo-Saxons. So they believed that they were the people. So when they were doing it, they thought that that's what they were doing. They were loving thy neighbor. That's why you couldn't accuse a so-called white person.
Yeah.
That's why they're like, nope, you can't say it. It has to be another so-called white person because we're the angelic sons of Isaac. So you can't. That's what he was doing. He was trying to do like, nor dog shall move his tongue against Israel. Right? So they were saying they were so-called black, so-called Spanish. That's why they were saying that you were less than a dog. They'll put a sign on the thing, no Mexicans and no colors, and no niggers and no dogs. Or they'll put no colors, and then they'll say that the dog can come in, but not you niggers. Right? Right? They'll say, right? They'll say we'll bring the dog in before you, saying that you're Lord. So under their false precepts that they think that they're Israel, even though they're like Apostle Paul says, some of those Bible Edomites are actually really go back to Jacob. Some of them do, but
Read that second Peter. You done with that? Okay, yeah, bring that and then we'll get back on that.
Okay. Romans chapter 13 and verse 10. Love worketh no
ill.
Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
So that's hey, what is the law? The law is love. Love is fulfillment of the law. You know, just that simple. You know, you don't have to run a million things to complicate it. Love is keeping the law. Love is you see your neighbor's wife, you're not trying to get at her. Love is
You take your eyes away from it.
yeah, you turn yeah,
Look at her.
avert your eyes. You know what I mean? Trying to bring animals into the city.
Making a zoo.
I mean, there's a reason why there's gonna be animals running wild when the time comes.
Let them put some tigers, lions out here.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
That's crazy. For the first breakthrough in agricultural fence.
Don't end his madness.
Now,
Let's get rid of all the farms. Let's get rid of all of the grass and the free range land. And let's, those small, some right there, and then the concrete jungle.
Second Peter chapter 2, verse 1. But there were false prophets among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord Yahweh Shai, that brought them and bring upon themselves swift destruction.
Hey, this whole thing right now is, speaking of the main one right now, who's studied every time you turn and then you turn back, the man in purple is going in again and again and again and again and again, and he's relentless with it. He's relentless with it. If you're not tied in, strictly to what Yahweh Shai is presenting, if you're not steady in what you're learning, if you looking over here and looking over there, you're going to be deceived. If you're not steadfast, if your eyes aren't single, and then you listen to this dude and you're not, on the level that you need to be, then this is why the apostles are telling, hey, you need to stay away from these other groups, because he will deceive you with fancy words, with quick speech. When next thing you know, you're looking up, you'll think, well, JC is actually the God that we've been worshiping the whole time, and we never knew the Most High. It was always the Most High is JC. JC is the Most High. He'll be bringing you all kind of deceptions. You don't have to call on the name. We don't know the name of the Heavenly Father. All of these deceptions this dude is bringing. And like the apostles and the other men of great millstones, no one else is checking him. He's been allowed to just run amok. No one is attempting to bring him into, any type of rebuke.
It's Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 14. Then the Lord Yahweh Shai said unto me, the prophets prophesied lies in my name. I sent them not, neither have I commanded them neither to speak unto them. They prophesy unto you a false vision and divination and a thing of naught and a deceit of the heart.
So they basically are just bringing the lust of your own heart to you. Or like we said in the beginning, the deceived and the deceiver both, are the Heavenly Fathers. So your deception has already been set up from on high, and now he's just bringing the one that's going to bring that deception to you. He's bringing y'all together, and that's why you people follow after your own, lust. And you hear these men speak, and you're quick to run after what it is they're saying, knowing they're lying, knowing they following this damn devil and what he's taught. This devil, this white man has taught you lies, and our people run with it. Since you want to take pictures of people, you know what I mean? You know that we know what happens then. That instant, now I'm gonna just clarify. Goddamn Edomites.
Can you read that? Can you read that again, brother?
Yeah.
Just read it to the part where it says, so bring in down the letters. Yeah, start at 1.
This 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you.
Right, so there's always been false prophets. See, back then, okay, and even so today. Okay, keep going.
Who
Privately.
privately shall bring in damnable heresy.
Now, damnable heresy. Now, when you go into that word heresies, it goes into opinions. Okay, which is really false doctrines, man. These men are bringing in their own opinions out of their own mind, okay, which does not line up with the scriptures. So it's falsehoods, man. So I just want to bring this out. 1 Corinthians 11, verse 19, it says, for there must be also heresies among you. There's going to be false teachings, right? It says that they which are approved may be manifest among you. You see? So those that have the correct doctrine, it's going to be clear who they are. I'm going to read that in NLT. It says, but of course, there must be divisions among you, so that you who have the Most High's approval will be recognized. You see? So that's why it's clear in this day, hey, who's bringing you the correct doctrine? Who's bringing you the 100% truth, man? It starts with the leadership of the great millstone and the men all down, man.
And that same thing is going to be reiterated.
Okay.
That one first? No, he's got Luke 6 and 26.
Was Jeremiah first?
No, I want
Okay.
Luke, and then we'll get to that.
Okay, yeah. So Luke chapter 6, verse 26. Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you.
And who is that right now? That man, once again, that man in purple. Everybody there is he's taught it. You know, the apostles say, what is it? He's on the God level now, or I forget the new thing they're saying.
He's the new comfy.
Yeah, he's the new comfy. Yeah, I mean, everything he says, they tout as gospel. Everything he does, he's touted as a man of wisdom. He's looked up to. He's got the best garments. He's got the tallest horse. He's got the only horse. Everything about this man. And whatever he says, whenever he decides to bring something out, they run with it. No moment of, well, wait a minute, let me look this up. No Church of Berea going on there. If that's what he said, it is what it is. Let's run with it.
Even Esau speaks higher. When you go into that thing, Gar did a lesson, and it goes into the money that he makes.
Oh, yeah.
All the money that he made, but in the thing, it said something about him being an accepted person of his community, and the so-called what do you call it? The works that he has done, and the different things that they given him different accolades. And this is from Esau,
Right.
Yeah, he's spoken well of. Now we do have to. The apostle always says, give credit when it's due. Your boy Haman, Vocab Malone. Vocab Malone wasn't speaking well of him. You know what I mean? He was checking him. Yeah, you want to finish that one?
Okay. It says, but I say unto you, which hear, love your enemies, do good. So like, I'm wrong. It says, woe unto you that all men shall speak well of you, for so did your fathers to the false prophets.
Hey, the same thing then is repeating itself now again. You know what I mean? They're touting him very highly. Anything he says is gospel. No one checks him. The only people checking him are the men of Great Millstone and their affiliates. They're the only ones going behind his bullshit and correcting it, you know. And the scripture says, hey, whether they will hear or forbear, you know, hey, the blood is off our hands.
Right.
You know, it's a requirement because this man is deceiving the shit out of y'all.
Hey, how can
You know?
how can a man with so much so-called wisdom
Right.
can't even open the damn blue, well not damn, so like open the blue letter Bible, okay, and see what that word charagma really means?
Yeah. He doesn't want to because that'll stop his money supply.
Yeah.
You know, same way he changed what he once knew. He knows the name of the Heavenly Father, but that'll shut down his money supply. You know, men will speak ill of him if he were to bring out the whole truth.
They want to hear Jeebus.
Yeah. Again, he's fulfilling the lust of these people's heart.
Jeebus the Christ.
God. Yeah.
All right. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, and verse 24. It says, can any hide himself in the secret places that I should not see him?
So, hey, this man thinks he's hiding himself. He thinks that the Most High, because obviously this is what he has to think. If you're willing to be that deceptive, to go against everything that you know is right, then you must think that the Most High doesn't see you. You must think that the Most High is not watching you, you know? And, what is that, Ecclesiastes 23? You know, somebody want to grab that? 19, 23, 19. Ecclesiastes 23, 19, for the eyes of the Lord.
Yep. I'll grab the other one too.
I got a verse.
Come on, bring it up.
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 23 and verse 19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men. And it's like,
So this, this is what he does. He doesn't even really fear, well, the men that are amongst him, he doesn't fear them. The ones he's looking at are most likely the Jesuits, those who's probably in league with the UPIC man, you know, and whomever else is paying, putting that money in his pocket, you know, ensuring that he's able to keep all of that money that he's gleaning from those men that blindly follow him, you know, because there's a lot of deception going on. And this is another reason why we're taught not to, you know, look at men and put them on any kind of level. Because I'm not even going to, hey, I've seen certain men, you know, like that one, I think he was from Oklahoma or whatever, the big brother, you know what I mean? I used to listen to that dude. It's like, you would think there's no way he's going to allow himself to be deceived or bought low on some bullshit level against the Heavenly Father and His Son. But there's no one there correcting this man. No one there is standing up for the truth. They all are just blindly following him, whatever he says. And it doesn't make sense, man. It does, but it doesn't.
and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts.
So, hey, so now read that one again, Book of Shaw.
Yep. Okay.
Verse 24 again.
Okay. Can I bring out one real quick? This is Ecclesiastes, Sirach, chapter 15, verse 18. It says, for the wisdom of the Lord is great, and he is mighty in power, and beholdeth all things. He sees everything. You can't hide from the Lord. It says, and his eyes are upon him that fear him, and he knoweth every work of man. You know, nothing you can hide from the Lord.
So everything that you're doing, good, bad, he sees it. You know, not only that, but he's put you on that path to do the things that you're doing. And only those that fear him will have that understanding. And when they feel themselves going off, they'll pray. You know what I mean? They'll turn back. They'll repent. They'll make amends. They'll stop doing what they're doing and manifest that fear in the Lord to correct themselves. You know what David said? Don't take your spirit from me. because it's that easy. The Most High can remove his spirit and you can be going off. And if he doesn't give it back, well, then you're not going to do like King David and repent when you're brought to the understanding of your wickedness. You're just going to keep going, and then that pride gets on you. And once that pride takes hold of you, there's no turning back. Because that pride tells you you didn't do nothing wrong. Who do you think he is? You the man. You the man. And you never recover from that.
So it says, can any hide himself in the secret places that I should not see him, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai?
The answer to that is no.
It says, do not I fill heaven and earth, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai? I have heard what the prophet said, that prophesied lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed.
Yeah. And who's the dreamer? You know what I mean? Who's the dreamer? Martin Luther Queen, and who's the new dreamer? The guy in purple. You know what I mean? He's always,
Oh yeah, he always dreaming. Man.
always dreaming. Hey, the apostles tell the story of one of the head elders who actually did, but they understand that he's what was the one that but anyway, there's that same story. It's like this man wants to be seen or noticed, so he came up with the same thing. He had a dream that he lost it, but then he got it back. But in between losing it and getting it back, all of these souls that you're putting on a course of damnation, and you think that there's no judgment for that.
I got one.
It says, how long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies? Yea, they are prophets of deceit of their own heart.
Yeah.
It says, which think to cause my people to forget my name.
And who does that? Hey, we've been saying it. Who does that sound like? It's literally like this scripture is speaking to him.
Right for him.
You know what I mean? Right for him.
So
Because it's his whole congregation.
Picture of them right there.
Yeah, little purple spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because this dude is literally removed the Heavenly Father's name. And there's records, there's receipts of him knowing it. So it's not like he doesn't know it.
It's on wax.
It's on, right, it's receipts for it. That's what I wanted. Yeah.
But he removed it, then remove it back again, and then remove it again, or try to throw a bunch of different names.
Yeah.
So now it's Yahushai, it's Yahweh, and then it's still
Money
whatever
in the
you want to call
water.
it. Yeah. Then it's whatever you want to call it.
And then when he says the actual name, what does he do? He mocks it. He laughs or he kind of scoffs when he says,
Are you happy now?
Right. But you don't, in a minute you're going to come back again with that, morons, I've been saying it. But it's going to be too late then. It's going to be too late.
I always told you what the
Right,
mark was.
Right.
It says, which think to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams, which they tell every man to his neighbor, as their fathers have forgotten my name for Baal. Who's the modern day Baal?
Jesus of the Jesus.
Jebus.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Good. Bring it out.
This is Jeremiah chapter 23. Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 12. Wherefore
okay. So now that you're there, okay. Because I was gonna have, go ahead.
Okay. Wherefore their way shall be unto them driven on and fallen therein. For I will bring evil upon them, even the year of their visitation, saith Yahweh, and I have seen folly in the prophets of Samaria. They prophesied in Baal, right? And caused my people Israel to err. Right?
Now here's where I'm, you're at 14
Yeah, for 14 now.
Yeah, so read all of them. I'm going to have you go to read 14 through 16.
Okay,
I
good.
definitely have that.
Okay, good. It says, I have seen also in the prophets of Jerusalem an horrible thing, they commit adultery and walk in lies. They strengthen also the hands of the evildoers.
You had something? You hold something?
I was looking for something.
Okay, grab it. It was on today. Why you? Because I want to bring that before I get this here. Yeah, hey, and well, yeah, because what do we see these men doing? They're strengthening the ones that are filling their pockets. You know what I mean? He's pushing the agenda of the oppressor, literally. You know, if you teaching Jesus,
Cheesy rice.
yeah, that guy. If you're teaching that name,
Cheesy,
yeah,
cheesy.
yeah, then you literally are strengthening the hand of the oppressor.
Not just that, like Apostle Hart was saying, here it is that these people are misleading people, but they're not speaking against those things. And so these people have these other doctrines, you know, they have these what's it called? Unity camps.
Yeah,
But then no one's speaking against the other person. Sakari, who speaks something totally different, supposedly, because he went with the apostles, he said that he's down with Nathan. He speaks a totally different opposite thing than him, which don't make sense. If you say the MOTB is the Quran, but he say that it's something else, right? He also say there's a such thing as hell, but you say the opposite. Why would you do that? Because you're strengthening the hand of the evildoer, right? You're saying, yeah, man, make your money, I'm making my money. I ain't got nothing to say against you. I don't want you to say anything against me. As long as you're making this money, don't say nothing.
yeah, and they don't. You know what I mean? And they commit wickedness, and not only that, but you know, hey, start that from the beginning. Start 14.
Go.
You're at 14. Yeah, start 14 again for me.
It says, Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 14, and I have seen also in the prophets of Jerusalem a horrible thing. They commit adultery and walk in lies.
So who do you know? Hey, what is that? Dow. Who else is listed up there on these? You know what I mean? Committing different. You know, Comfy was
Spiritual
part of that.
adultery.
Yeah, spiritual adultery and literal adultery.
Right.
You know, because it didn't say idolatry, it says adultery, which we know is sleeping with another man's woman.
Right.
You know,
it can also be spiritual too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, yeah, but you know,
But they're doing it physically.
yeah, you know, yeah. And, I mean, why wouldn't they? They completely disregard the words and what the Most High said.
But you can have sex on the Sabbath, so that would be
Right.
both spiritually and physically at that moment,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
now you're committing sin willfully on the day that you're meant to would sanctify yourself to come from it, and then you're committing the act, and you're having sex when you shouldn't be, man.
And you already know with all of those women they have in there all the time, and women gravitating to power, and he being, you know, where he's at. I mean, whether he is or he isn't, you already know there's all kind of shit going on in that case.
Right. And saying
You know?
that they can do it in the butt. That's
Yeah.
sodomy, man.
Yeah,
So you're saying it's okay to be a sodomite?
you know, enjoying seeing pictures of men, you know what I mean?
Lifting up the fringes.
Right, lifting up their friends for others. So yeah, I mean, we know that's going on in that camp, you know. So
I'm nasty like that.
yeah, you like that stuff. But you're supposed to be, you the head man,
Like that.
you know, the head man over there. It's mind boggling. But it's the will of the Heavenly Father so that the rest of us can see and
Right.
bear witness
Right.
to what's going on, you know. Keep going with that because it's gonna, yeah, it's kind of deep.
This is it, yeah. They walk in lies. They strengthen also the hands of evildoers, that none doeth return from the wickedness they are all of them into.
Ooh, the wickedness of the dollars. Man.
Yeah, me as unto me as Sodom. Oh wait, there you go. There you go. Yeah. Sodom. And they are all of them unto me as as Sodom, and they and the inhabitants thereof as Gomorrah. Right, going into what you're saying.
We know what happened to Sodom, Gomorrah, with Admah, with Zoar, and what was the other one? What was the other one? Anyways, there was 5 cities that got destroyed, man, for doing that madness. Okay?
Which that represents America now, because the Lord said, well, what did he say? It will be 5 cities that you should start speaking the pure language, right? And now we're here in that place,
Yeah,
right?
they're doing all those things. Yeah,
speaking the pure language, and they're doing the same things. But now, what the prophets have come back, man? Yeah, got it.
Zebouin.
Yeah.
Zebouin.
All the way to 16.
Come.
I got it right around there.
So therefore,
Matter of fact, I think before you finish,
Amos?
yeah.
It's Amos chapter 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, are upon the civil kingdom. I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saying that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord.
That's that remnant. But hey, these false prophets are taking all of these people, all of them sheep that have been allotted to their congregation, and leading them straight into damnation. You know what I mean? It's going to be like Sodom and Gomorrah for these people. You know, and their leaders don't care. I don't know if that man thinks he's got a place in one of these bunkers or in the space station, but he's got to be kidding himself, man. You know what I mean? Because he has the wisdom to understand that which is coming.
if they gave you GPS coordinates, it's the wrong coordinates. You know?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah. Hey, just do all these lines. We're gonna have you. We'll be ready for you. All you gotta do is come to the bunker. Just come on. He gonna drive up there. He gonna be like, ain't gonna be nothing there.
I hear that.
Yeah, he's missing one.
Hey, because the Most High, hey, he got a special setup coming, waiting on you, man. You know, because
I remember seeing a movie like that a long time ago when I was a kid. It was one of those news anchors, and he knew that it was gonna be like a nuclear explosion. I can't remember the name of the movie, but he was like, because he was like this news anchor, he thought he was part of the elites, and so he went. They wanted him to go and do his last broadcast because he knew trouble was coming.
Right.
So he thought he was going to do the broadcast and then dip out. And when he went to go leave, the helicopter wasn't there for him. So you know what I mean? They see him as he was just a peon like everybody else, and that's basically you.
Yeah, that's what he had set up for him. You know. Yeah.
That was it. Okay, go. I'll go on this. So Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 15. Wherefore thus saith Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai of hosts, concerning the prophets, behold, which means feature eyes, look, pay attention, I will feed them with wormwood and make them drink the water of gall, for from the prophets of Jerusalem is the profaneness gone forth into all the land, right? And what Jerusalem is the people before place. So you're sitting at that beyond into all of Israel, right? This is called the World Wide Web. So you're sending this into all the World Wide Web amongst Jerusalem, amongst all that land, right? Because Jerusalem was people before a place, and I believe IUIC is one of the biggest congregations of Israelites that's out there, right? So that's a terrible thing that you're doing right there. You know what I mean? All the land, the profaneness goeth forth into all the land. Says there, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, hearken not unto the words of the prophet that prophesied unto you. They make you vain. They speak a vision of their own heart, right? Heart meaning love, which is your mind. They speak. They think of their own minds, right? And ultimately, have to fill their own belly, right? I think, like you said, talking about dreams, what you call him said, Apostle Paul said that Nate was always having a dream about his wife, and his wife is a greedy, gluttonous woman, man. She's all about herself, and you know the thing, why his wife is sticking around is because now he's worth what, $2 million, right? Now he's jet setting through the tithes of the congregation, man, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
And
I wouldn't be surprised if he comes up with his own jet soon. You know, because why would you want to be on a plane with all of them heathens, like what's that Edomite pastor? It was like, I need to have a jet because I don't want to be on this plane with all of these shit. I forget what he called them, but
basically saying,
yeah,
the other people are unrighteous.
Yeah.
All the people are unrighteous, but you're a righteous goddamn devil, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
What I mean? Stupid. And not and not out of the mouth of Yahweh, right?
So that, hey, these things that
Which
these
means
preachers
basically
and prophets
rightly dividing what the word of truth.
Right. And
they're not rightly dividing the word of truth.
you know,
That's the mouth of the Lord.
Yeah, to be a man on his level and to have the apostles and the elders steadily, it's like dealing with a toddler, man. Like they all, hey, no, stop it. Don't do that.
It's gonna hurt
You're
you.
wrong. Don't stick the fork in the outlet. The oven is hot. Like that's how they have to correct him. Like every day when you cut on and listen to the apostles, they have to make a correction video. Like they can't do anything else first. They got to make a correction video for the stupidity that this dude came up with.
Yeah, and there's
You know what I mean?
more important things going on in
Right,
Israel
right.
than yours, but you got to correct because
You know?
there's a lot of this following behind them. That's what I said. All the land.
It's
Right? The
Apostle
biggest
has
congregation.
so much on his mind, and so much on his plate, and so many things that he want to bring forward. But what does he have to do every day?
Yes.
Stop it.
So you can bring brothers on another
No.
on a higher
Right,
level.
right.
But you
You
gotta
know?
go back because it says what what it says in Jerusalem is profaneness goeth forth into all the land.
Mhm.
So right, and then look, I was saying that they have the biggest congregation of Israelites. So that's going forth and where people before a place. That's likened unto that. He's putting it forth through all these different Israelites, man. Right?
Yeah. And I'm gonna just read that one more time from Jeremiah 23 and 28, and it's because I just wanted to make that point. It says, "The prophet that hath a dream, let him tell a dream, and he that hath my word." So we see the separation right there. One of them is always telling his dream, and it says, "And let he that have my word, let him speak my word faithfully." And this is why we gravitate to GMS and to the apostles and the elders and the bishops and the men on down. Because who's bringing out his word faithfully? And who's dreaming the dream? You know? And it says, "What is the chaff to the wheat, saith the Lord." So that dream is chaff. His word is that wheat. You know, and what happens with chaff when the wind blows? It goes everywhere. It gets scattered every which way. And that's what's coming to all of these followers of these false camps, man. These camps that's not bringing you the 100% truth. Not breaking down what the MOTB is. Not telling you when the Sabbath is. You know, not allowing you to make the correct discernment. You know?
No, and I got from the brother from El Paso, Salakia. I was trying to think about your name. I asked Yawasab to put it, send it to me, Salakia, brother. If you're still listening, put your name, brother. But his handle is Strive for the Masteries, and he says Shalom. So Shalom, brother. Yahweh Shem Shepardakah. And he has a precept. This is the Matthew 5:19. It says, "Whosoever therefore shall break one of these commandments and teach men so, he shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven."
Yeah. Hey, and we understand that the laws and statutes aren't going to save you, but breaking them is going to get you killed,
Destroy you.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
figure that conundrum out.
Right. And also proves that, hey, all gonna be in the kingdom. Okay? All gonna be kingdom. There's gonna be a righteous order.
It says all Israel shall be saved in the Lord. You know, his blood is, and anybody that thinks that, you know, like, again, back to the man in purple, that there's going to be people burning in hell for eternity, there's going to be Israelites burning in hell. You basically saying that Yahweh's blood was not sufficient for all Israel. That's literally what you're saying. You know?
Yeah, and brother, I'll also make you a moderator. So like you said, if you're still on, put your name, brother Salakia. Can't remember. Yeah. Anything else? All right.
Okay, I got one real quick. It says,
Oh, no, hold on. Let him bring out. I wanted to get that definition for the wormwood.
okay.
It's the definition of wormwood. You want to get the root word?
You can, this is H3939, la'ana, and bitterness is basically the definition that it gives us. Wormwood, you know? So when it goes back to what we were reading earlier, I don't get it.
What is it, brother?
Jeremiah, it was back in Jeremiah 23 and 15. Yeah.
Okay, I got it. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23. You got it? Oh, okay, you got it, bro.
We were just breaking down that definition from wormwood.
Yeah, so Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 15. Wherefore, thus saith Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua of hosts, concerning the prophets, behold, I will feed them with wormwood.
Which is bitterness, which is what you people have in store for you, man. You think that you're going to get away with what you're doing, and the Most High is just going to give you a pass because you're a dreamer? You know, you're going to be filled with, he said he's going to fill you with wormwood. You know what I mean? And the cup of gall, that's the dregs of the cup. So you know, hey, 2/3 of you are going to participate in the same cup that Esau's going to drink from. You know what I mean? Cup of destruction. You know, the only thing you have is that you are Israel. So when you return, because you know, hey, once our kingdom comes, that's when Esau's really going to drink in the cup of the drink. You know what I mean? He's going to chew. He's going to have to chew that drink. You know, but hey. 2/3 of Israel, man, you get ready to go do it. And it's going to be of your own cause, of your own doing.
Yeah, I got it right here. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 27, verse 22. Ecclesiastes chapter 27, verse 22. He that winketh with the eyes and worketh evil, and he that knoweth, he will depart from him. Right? So we were saying how the Lord so-called natives, so he should know it the Most High. So instead, the Lord is going to depart from him, man.
Yeah.
The next time when you're on that deathbed and you call out Yahweh, the Lord ain't going to, hey, you call out Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, the Lord ain't going to save you.
Hey, it's
Right.
gonna be similar to the same way that, you know what I mean, these evil spirits are leaving Esau to his own devices now. That's why there's no more wisdom in teaming, because they're not getting that counsel like they used to get. So they're making all kind of stupid moves, and that same thing is getting ready to befall these false teachers.
Right.
And when, okay, go ahead.
No, I was going to say Salakia. It says it's because the right hand is starting to overcome the left hand. See?
It says, when thus art present, he will speak sweetly. Right? Hey, when you're present, hey, that's when that dude starts speaking sweetly, man.
Yeah.
So you all sorts of BS lies, changing the doctrine, doing all sorts of things that we're supposed to do. And I will admire thy words, right? See, that's what ultimately what people do. They start admiring his words. Even you say the way he speaks, his oratory, it makes people admonishes.
You know, he's worked up, so when he speaks as though he speaks as a man of authority, you know, because hey, he's got plenty of money. Because when you look out here at the world, who does everybody listen to? When a rich man speaketh, hey, can you get that? Or when a poor man speaketh, you know what I mean? People don't. Hey, and that's where he's at in life now. He's a rich man. So when he speaks, oh, he must know something.
Everybody listens to a
He's
rich
got
man.
great
Yeah.
wealth, right? You know. And what do they call great wealth now? The Bumalites. You know. Hey, that's a beautiful title, man. Maybe wear it proudly. You know. The Most High is coming back for the poor and the needy. Yeah, agree. Yeah.
Ecclesiastes chapter 13, verse 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue.
So yeah, people shut up. They want to hear what he got to say. You know, and the Lord spoke to me. You know, hey.
Read it again, there, brother.
Yeah. Read it out.
Read
You know.
Read it again, brother.
And everybody is attentive to what he's saying.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, right.
Hey, wait a minute. I need a good reader.
Yeah.
I need a good
You
reader.
know.
Okay, brother, there you go. Bring it out.
And then he read, and he fast talks, and nobody catches anything. And then the apostle, because they happen to be listening, like, what the fuck did he just say? Oh, hell no. Now he's got to chastise again. Stop it. Don't put the fork in the outlet.
Hey, remember he was Apostle Hart student. He's still Apostle Hart student.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still a student.
You know?
He don't realize that.
He's stubborn, hard-headed.
Because he got all this money and he got a so-called congregation. He don't realize he's still Apostle Hart student. Man.
Yeah, in his mind, he thinks the student
he's
has surpassed it.
That's why he keeps talking about the law, because
You know?
the law, it says that you have to be under a teacher, you have to be
Right.
under a tutor, because of the law.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you haven't grown up. The scripture says that you differ no more than a servant, man. Because you're under the law.
Yeah.
You don't realize that, hey, you have to grow up and realize that, hey, we can't be tossed with every wind of doctrine, and we have to grow up and say, hey, look, we know we don't get saved by the law. We keep the laws because it's our nationality, it's for our customs.
Heritage.
It's our heritage, but we're not keeping it because it's going to save us. Yahweh Shai did all those things. The blood of Yahweh Shai saves us. Keeping the faith, teaching the right things, rightly dividing the word of truth. Those are the things that save us. The foolishness of preaching is what saves us. You got to rightly divide the word of truth. Yeah.
What did Yahweh Shai say? How do you show you love him? By keeping his commandments. It's
To the best of your
such
ability.
simplicity.
But
Yeah.
that's the best of your ability.
Right.
Because you go back to that, then he said, see, I told you the law. No, the law does not say.
Yeah. No.
We keep
It's
the
that
law.
faith. But we don't
Faith.
break the law. Do we then
Avoid the law
make
through
void the law through
faith.
God forbid.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, well, it's just prophecy. Prophecy says that they're going to be disobedient to their parents. And we do have spiritual parents, man.
Yeah. Hey, and we see him chastising you daily. You know?
Yeah.
Don't touch the stove. You know?
Don't put that fork in the outlet. Do it.
Close the screen door. If you go out that door one more time, you're not coming.
Let it fly.
You know what I mean? Constant chastisement. Can't get nothing else done.
Because that's what
You
you
know?
tell kids. No, don't. It's
Yeah.
hot.
No.
Hot.
Stop
Say
it.
hot.
Behave.
The kids start with hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, hot.
You know?
Don't touch.
Hey.
Right.
Soon he's just gonna have to let you go ahead and touch it.
Yeah. Just a little bit more.
Okay. I got a little
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 27, verse 23, the rest of 23. But at the last, right? Because we're at the last. We're at the end of the world. But at the, like, kind of what you said. But at the last, he will restore his mouth. What's that?
He will wreath. Basically twist up his damn mouth.
Yeah, will wraith his mouth
Yeah.
and slander.
Matter of fact, where are you at? Ecclesiastes?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not me.
And slander thy saying, and 23.
23.
Yeah.
So we get the
And
definition
I
of that
and
word.
I have hated many things, but the thing like him,
Nothing.
but nothing. Yeah, but it's like it. I hate many things, but nothing like him. Right? Because he's truthing up the Lord's
Yeah.
words, slandering the Lord's words, slandering the Lord's name.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, and leading his sheep astray.
Right.
And even though, hey, both of y'all are set up for that purpose, hey, the Most High still don't play with his sheep, man.
Yeah.
You know, for one sheep, he'll leave the 99 and go get that one. You know, and you playing around with the other. Hey,
For Yahweh will hate him. Ooh. Hey, see, you thought the Lord just only hated
here
Esau.
goes another one of those emotions.
Yeah.
Ecclesiasticus
7
27.
and 23.
Great.
Hey, here it is. We thought the Lord only hated Esau, but the Lord said he would hate him that slandered the Lord's name, slandered the Lord's word. Right? It says,
I'll get it.
so who casteth a stone on high, casteth it on his own head, and a deceitful stroke shall make wounds.
So you literally, basically, setting yourself up for the same judgment that Esau's hearing. Because that pit that he dug, he's going to fall into it head first. And you basically, the stones that you throwing, it's going to hit you on top of the melon.
It says little wounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm reading the Good News Translation. Ecclesiastes chapter 27, and I'm going to start with verse 22. It says, when someone starts winking at you, he has something bad in mind, and nothing can stop him from going through with it. It said, when he's with you, his talk is so nice. He compliments you on every word you say, but behind your back, it's a different story.
Softening you up.
He will take what you have and said and turn it against you.
Hey, and that goes right in hand with never trust thine enemy.
Right?
You know, because like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Yeah, but he's going to tell the apostles. The apostles taught him a certain way, and then he twisted what the apostles said to come against them.
He's being an enemy.
Right?
Right. It says, there is nothing in the world that I hate as much as a person like that, and the Lord hates him too. It says,
Hey, because we're supposed to hate what the Lord hates.
it says, throw a stone straight up in the air, and it will come down on your own head. Strike a blow, and you yourself will be wounded.
Right, there you go. There it is.
I don't want to break that down even more. I mean,
you can
that's
say
pretty
about
much
that. That was
yeah.
it.
Explain yourself.
That is self-explanatory.
Yeah, because that's basically what he's doing through the preaching of false doctrine. It's basically it's going to wound you in. When you had that dream, the congregation came again. Then you have a dream about his congregation. Well, that's going to be that wound. That stone that you painted, that's part of that stone that's going to wound you. You throw it straight up in the air, and it's going to wound you. Because what goes up must come down.
That's why it's
Right?
said in there, hey, let the dreamer dream. And let my servant deliver my words. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you're
Faithful,
gonna
faithful,
find out, right? Because now you're stowed on high, right?
Uh-huh.
You know, to have so-called whatever $1 million, because that's a high level. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna not get the charagma to keep your money?
Oh, yeah, no, he's a millionaire.
Yeah, you're a millionaire. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna have to get the charagma to keep your money. And if you don't do that, you're gonna be amongst all these people. And who knows? The Lord might snatch it off from underneath you.
Yeah.
Prematurely, because he think he knows what's going on, and then he don't have time to switch his money over to the charagma. Then he'd be amongst his congregation, and then he'll get drug out to the middle of the streets and killed.
But just wait till they make that mandatory.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
gonna have to make a choice.
If you know he's
I got
living
millions.
lavishly,
I got
Right.
millions,
Yeah.
but I can't keep it unless I get
Right.
that
Yeah,
implant.
you gotta get that charagma. Yeah, you gotta get the digital wallet, man.
Yeah.
You gotta go digitize.
and that's why
You
he's
gotta
going
be
to
what do they call it? cyborg. You gotta go
Yeah,
cyborg,
but-
right? Yeah, you gotta
But
go
and
cyborg.
here's the rub. Not only does he have to go do it, but in order to keep having that come in,
The
who
wife.
else is going to have to go
The
do
wife,
it?
the wife.
No, his congregation.
Nation, yeah.
His congregation, in order to bring him finances continuously,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
will
yeah. I know what
also
you're saying. He
have
gonna
to
try-
get linked in.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah. So yeah, he's not going
Yeah,
to
you can
stop.
say take it, ain't nothing wrong with it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How else you gonna
Yeah.
pay me?
I'm good.
You
Yeah. Big
moron.
old boil on him.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
you
good.
You never oil,
You know,
oil, yeah, yeah.
still living life.
Previous source, you're gonna
Yeah.
get previous source when you rock. Yeah, yeah.
I was
You get those previous swords and hey, he said he's fine. Hey, keep bringing in that congregation. Yeah, he might be like a Creflo. He said, he Creflo said, hey, y'all didn't pay me, so I should take y'all out and stay on and shoot you down with a machine gun because you didn't pay my tithes. I'm like, wow,
And he meant that shit too. Yeah, he meant
that
it.
is crazy.
You know,
I can't believe the people still sat in church. They still sat in that place, man. After hearing that, I'd have been like, what? Oh, nah, ain't no way you're supposed to hear me.
Hey, well, you know, his daddy.
I gotta
You already
go.
never see the thing with his daddy.
Bring the money. Here.
You know what I mean? Running around, walking on the money that they was throwing on the steps. Oh man, they have sucker fest at them churches, man. And they bring the suck out of them people, boy. You know, bring me your electric bill money, your gas bill money. You don't need a car to run. Bring me that gas money. You can see the veins busting out in them cats, man. But they false teachers, and a false teacher needs a congregation. And the Most High has supplied them with a bevy of ignorant suckers that refuse to hear the words of the Lord. That want to hear the same thing they wanted to hear then. Smooth things. Don't tell us the truth, tell us lies. You know, you people have just returned to the same condition you were back then.
I got a little bit in Ezekiel 13. I mean, the whole chapter. But I'm gonna get a little bit there. I'm gonna jump down. I'm gonna jump down. It says, Ezekiel 13, verse 1 says, "And the word of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy, and say unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts, hear the word of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai." Hey, so the Lord, he told us, man, we gotta prophesy against these false prophets. We can't just let them be. Hey, they're bringing down the people, man. And we know that the elect, they're not, they're not, 2/3. They gotta have a prophet. We know that,
but they gotta hear.
but they gotta hear, yeah.
Hey, and they're doing this in the name of the Lord.
Huh.
They're literally now, you know, the beauty of what's going on now is that they're really not doing it, but they're doing it in the so-called name that they perceive to be the Lord. You know what I mean? But the Most High removed that, and now that name is come back, hey, you're not even allowed to keep going with that name.
Hey, but they
want
can't. Their thing is thinking if they do it that way, they escape it. But the thing I always like to bring out is the Lord said that he put the word above his name. So then even without saying the name, if you want to call him Joe Play Yo or whatever you said you want to call him,
Oh, man.
the word is placed above his name. So you're still condemning yourself.
Yeah. But hey, his name is important though.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that strong tower.
Come on, you keep going.
Okay.
Well, that's that word though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why he made the Lord became the word and dwelt among us. That's why he said it. If you've seen me, you've seen the Father.
Yeah.
So you're coming against the Father.
Yeah. Who are two different people.
Yeah.
By the way, you know.
Yeah.
Just,
Oh yeah,
you
better
know,
throw that out.
because, yeah. You know,
Madness.
Yeah.
That is madness.
son prayed to
To his
himself.
own self, yeah.
And then he said, "This is me, in whom I am well pleased. Hear
Right.
ye me." You know.
Right.
The ignorance, man.
Not my will, Father, but
You know,
thy will.
yeah.
But not my will, but my will.
But my will be done.
Be done.
You know, I'm gonna make you a pillar in the house of my house.
And when he's on the cross,
You
he said, Father, why have thou forsaken me?
Yeah.
Well, myself, why have myself forsaken me? Come on.
Ain't no sense.
And there's
Makes no
so
sense.
many men in that congregation that should be like, huh? Wait, what? And they don't. And it's hey, hey,
Right.
and the water Yahabashim Yahshai, they don't, because what does that teach the rest of us? Hey, fear the Most High, because He will bug you out, and He put you in a position where you won't even answer to the idiot that's teaching you to BS. You know what I mean? These men won't even respond with, "Hey, that's not right." You know, like even if they were to take him in the back and say, you know, out off camera, but they don't even do that. His only means of correction is coming from the apostles. You know what I mean? Hey, these men, hey, if something is said wrong, it's going to get corrected right then and there. And if you butthurt about being corrected, you kick rocks then. You know?
Okay, it's a little bit more. It's a little bit more. It says, thus saith the Lord power, woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing. It says, O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the deserts.
Man.
They, you know, in the world they say, hey, he's a sly fox.
Yeah.
Okay, which means he's cunning.
Yeah.
Okay, he's well what's the word I'm looking for? He's well taught, you know, in the act of deception. You see?
Yeah.
Versatile.
Yeah, because the fox in the desert, there's a scarce amount of food. So he has to be real cunning on the way he hunts, on how he moves. And not only that, he's not that big. So he has to always be aware of what's hunting him. You know what I mean? You know?
Right. And I'm gonna jump down.
Because them owls will snatch his little ass up.
Right. You know,
Eagles, yeah, them
Yeah,
big
I mean,
ass
yeah.
eagles, yeah.
He'd be on the hunt while he's being hunted.
No. And they say when they do this, they're building that wall with on temple mortar. Okay? On temple mortar, man. They have no root, no foundation.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So this is the Lord said. Verse 14, Ezekiel 13:14, it says, so will I break down the wall that ye have daubed with untempered mortar, and bring it down to the ground, so that the foundation thereof shall be discovered, and it shall fall, and ye shall be consumed in the midst thereof, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Eloshai. So when the Lord brings that destruction, hey, they don't have no foundation, man. Okay, you're bringing yourself down and your whole congregation. Okay, for all the deception, all the lies that you brought out, man.
Hey, and what's the cornerstone of a good foundation? Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's that brick.
And that rock,
Yeah.
that rock.
Yeah, he's also that stone that the builder rejected.
Right.
You know? And that man in purple rejects him.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, he's like Esau, the death pattern. So that's what ultimately what it is. He's Esau, right? He even took on that mentality of Esau, right? So this is Psalm 64, which is basically dedicated to Esau. But we're going to use this for what's it called? A lot of these. It says yeah, I'm gonna start at 1. I'm gonna go ahead and start at 1. Psalm 64:1. Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. And ultimately, a lot of these dudes go to those because to get the 503 charter, most likely he had to go to those cemetery schools. So going to a cemetery school, he figure out how he can change up the doctrine just ever so slightly. Subtle. So that way it doesn't seem like he's just
Sly fox.
like a sly fox. Yeah. So that's part of the council, and he's probably most likely meeting up with Esau. He could even be meeting up with Vocab.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Why Vocab is acting like he's outraged, finding a way to slightly change up the law just a little bit. I mean, the doctrine just a little bit to deceive the people, right? Amongst the wicked council from the instructions of the workers of iniquity, right? And that's ultimately what Esau does, man. Because what are you going back to? You're going back to a Catholic doctrine, which goes back to which one of the first things we learned in the truth is that most of this stuff comes from Catholicism. That's the first thing we're stepping away from is the Catholicism, right?
Right.
So the first thing he does is bring him back to Catholicism, which basically means that he's trying to entangle them again, right? What's that verse when it says, I will be not entangled again?
Well, being entangled in affairs.
Yeah, be not entangled.
Man,
Yeah, because
before you get that, I want to grab the definition on this word subtle. And it says, this is httwwdictionary.com, and it says, what does subtle mean? And it says subtle is a common misspelling of the word subtile, which variously means faint, delicate in meaning, slight, or cunning. You know? And that's what these people are, man. They're cunning. They're slight. They use that sleight of hand. He's like a magician or a sorcerer. You know? He beguiles people with a form of sorcery. Quick words, quick, sleight of hand. The next thing you know, everybody's running with something. Like we were listening to Weepy yesterday, and the dude, he was like, you know what a Christian is, and one of them went right in there and was like, yeah, Christian is a nigger. And we're sitting there like, wait, what?
Yeah, because he went to the word Niger.
Yeah.
But he did it subtly.
Yeah, he did it real subtly. Because we ended up finding it in there when you go to the word Niger. But the dude asked him about what a Christian is, and he was like, a Christian means black nigger.
Yeah.
And we sitting there like, we literally paused it, and for like 20, 25 minutes, we're searching through Strong, going through the dictionary, like literally doing the due diligence to figure out where in the fuck did he get that?
But it is supposed to be that word supposed to be nigger. But back in the day, the nigger went back to the word. Basically, it just meant black man.
Right.
But if you go down on that word in the Latin, it goes into Christian.
Oh, God.
You know what I mean? And
But because they first called them Christians,
right? In Antioch.
Right. They called them what, the black
nigger. Yeah.
Right. Kind of.
You know, but it was real slick. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
Technically, but yeah.
You know,
some wild outs.
And that's basically how Mr. Purple does things, man. You know what I mean? Real subtle. And if you're not paying attention, if you're not of the elect, you are very easily and quickly deceived.
Hey, right here. This is Psalms chapter 64, verse 3. Psalm 64, verse 3. Who whet their tongues like swords and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, and bitter words, right? Which is what you said, because that word and wormwood goes into what bitter, so they shoot their bitter words, right? So the Lord is going to put them upon it, so they can spit all these different doctrines, in which it makes the water that was sweet, right? Because the word is meant to be sweet. But now you change that water, the word, into something bitter, man, and you're constraining people, right? Did you get that?
Yeah, go here.
Yeah, because that's ultimately what
if this is the one you looking for, I'm not sure, but
I believe it's the one who's entangling yourselves again.
Yeah, it says this is 2 Timothy 2 and 3. 2 Timothy 2 and 3 says, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach."
Right, and that's what he hasn't did. He hasn't what's his goes into solitude, right? And you have to be about you. But his whole thing is to please everybody, his wife, all the things, the congregation, his people. Esau, himself, right?
It says, "No man that warreth entangled himself with the affairs of his life."
Right. See, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
That he may please him.
No, that's not the one, but it's another one that says, "Do not entangle yourself again."
Okay.
It talks about not entangling yourself with the world, but that's good too, right? But
this life, yeah, he's concerned about this
life. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think he was on.
Yeah.
Got it?
You dropped it.
You
Got
Yeah, let's got something else?
Oh, we'll see if I can finish this.
You got some more?
Well, I'll just do 64 and 4, and that they may shoot the shoots in secret at the perfect, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Right?
And he's always coming out with little subtle shit against the apostles and the great Muslims. Always, throwing them little darts at
Right.
you know.
They encourage themselves in an evil manner.
Yeah.
That
Well, it's not just him. Even I think it was yesterday. The deacon, he brought out that lesson that pretty much GMS they're going after little girls and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is
false.
there's no proof of that.
Yeah.
Nobody does that. Nobody teaches that.
And what is he doing? He's trimming his ways to seek love. Because if he taught the law the way the law says, dealing with the great thing, then he would break it down the same way the great men, but they don't have the testicular fortitude to break it down in that manner. Because now you're not going to get the women the way you want.
According to the scriptures, hey, Isaac was in his 40s, man. Okay, Rebecca was about 12 to 14 years old. Okay, that's what's going to once the Apostle Paul said, but they don't listen to the Apostle Paul. He said once the woman passes her flower, hey, she's ready to go, man. She's ready to go. So hey, that's the way it's going to be in the kingdom, whether you like it or you don't. You see, it doesn't matter what you say. Like that brother said, you're firing those little darts.
Yeah.
Trying to condemn men, that are teaching the right way.
Yeah. But they'll believe Esau in the time when you go into the old ways. They would say people live a shorter life, so you had to basically hurry up and do those things. So what make you think that's not in the scriptures? That people live different lives, and life is a little bit different there. So you had to basically, there were so many different wars, so many different diseases. So you got the woman while she was young,
right.
And that's when she was able to have a baby. So you can leave your lineage,
right. And nobody's telling nobody to do that now.
Right.
Nobody's doing it. Nobody's telling nobody to do it.
But the fact is, Esau even knows this to be true. They know the science. Their science of the whole thing is younger women produce stronger
babies,
more healthy
children,
quicker intellect babies. Versus
the older women, because when they're older, the baby pulls so much out of them. That's why they be getting that the bone disease, right? Because it pulls out so much out of them. Because women later on in life, their bones get weaker. So if you're trying to have a baby at fucking 35, the baby's drawing from your bones, from all your things. No, you needed to do that when you were young.
And then wait till the baby becomes sport, and the baby gets to moving and running, and you trying to follow behind it. Who's more suited for that? You know what I mean? A younger woman who can keep up with that child, or
right? Don't make no sense.
And Esau science knows this. See, the shit that Esau teaching you people that he gives y'all and y'all run with it is not the same thing that he adheres to. You know what I mean? He knows the truth. Esau knows better. Esau knows that they come back again and again and again. That's why the Rothschilds govern their lineage. That's why they protect their lineage. That's why they just don't let any old body marry into the top echelons of that lineage. Because they know the truth.
Yeah, because they know reincarnation, right?
Right.
That way they be born back right into that same family.
But they teach your stupid ass it don't exist. And ain't no such thing as reincarnation. That's your dumb ass thing,
Right. This is they lay snares. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, "Who shall see them?" Right, and that's ultimately what it is, because he's going into between which that's really talking about Esau, but a lot of these people, you're going to Esau, you're going to you're Esau's prophets. You're basically trying to lead away the elect, but the Lord said that if they would fool the elect if it were possible, but it's not possible.
Yeah, because when they get corrected, then they throw shade. They don't come back with how it is that they're right. They talk about the one that brought the truth to the situation.
Yeah, because one
They
of the
try
brothers,
to say something bad about him.
yeah, one of the brothers was speaking about
Yeah.
that when you deal with political things. When
Yeah.
they say once the political part ends, when you're talking politics
yeah.
and you run out of ways to speak or come against the person in politics, slander comes out.
Yeah.
So you know what Esau is? Esau is the slander of the brethren.
Yeah. Now you
Right,
gotta
so that's
start talking
basically-
about their garments.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah, you got to bring in
You
something.
ain't shit. Or
Yeah, you-
y'all rapists.
You're
Because we
rapists.
teach the
You're
way that-
Bumalites.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
gotta, you know. Now comes the slander because
Yeah.
they can't come against the real true
Right.
the defenders of the word, man. The true defenders of the word, they can't come against it. So,
How do
so
they
now
do
slander.
that? Slander and loud and mama always say loud and wrong. That's how you can usually tell when somebody's going off. Because they're extra loud. You know what I mean? Trying to you know what I mean? Outspeak you, make it sound like your voice is not being heard. You know, but the truth always manifests itself. And it's really the truth ain't for everybody. That's the kicker. You know? So if you're listening to the loud, that's the direction you was meant to go in the first place. So you know, with that, hey, we'll bring out this closing verse because like I said, that fear is the beginning and it's also the conclusion. So it's full circle.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
And you Israelite men, you know, hey, fear the Most High, repent, have faith in Yahweh Shai, you know, and prepare yourselves for what's coming. You know, if you're not following men that are bringing forth the full gospel, the 100% truth, you need to find those men and turn to that understanding because you're being taught lies.
Yeah, you gotta
Humble down. Yeah. So with that, you know, if anybody has anything else, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadosh.
double honors to our apostles and elders and bishops, men of great millstone, peace and blessings to the 144,000, the hopeful elect, the men, women, and children scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. We want to say shalom.
Shalom.
I hope that was edifying. Appreciate the brothers for stepping in, carrying me across the finish line.